Language Curriculum Design and Overview presented by Emily Ortega. Okay, what is a curriculum? A curriculum is a structured plan that guides teaching and learning in a educational setting. It is very important because it helps the teachers to organize what students need to learn over a period of time. For example, a curriculum includes the topics, the objectives, and the activities that will be used in class. It also helps the teachers decide the order in which students will learn different things. In my opinion, a curriculum is like a roadmap because without it, teaching will be disorganized and very confusing. So the teachers will not know what to teach first or how to connect the different topics. So the curriculum makes learning more organized, meaningful, and effective for both teachers and also the students. Okay, what must a curriculum include? So it needs to include the several important elements to be very effective. First, it includes the clear learning objectives, which are the goals that the students need to achieve. These objectives, it helps the teachers to understand what students are expected to learn. So the second, it includes the content, which refers to the topics and information that the students will study. The third, it includes teaching methods such rewards, games, on and activities that help the students to learn. Finally, it includes assessment, which is used to evaluate the students' progress. Assessment helps the teacher know if the students are understanding the material or if they need more support. All these elements are connected and help to create a complete learning experience. Okay, what makes a good English teacher? So, to a good English teacher has many important qualities that help the students learn effectively. So, one of the most important qualities is patience because the students learn at different speeds. So, a good teacher is also very creative and use different strategies such as games, songs, and activities to make learning more interesting. They also motivate the students to encourage them to participate in class. Another important aspect in creating a positive and safe environment where the students feel comfortable speaking English without fear and making mistakes. In addition, a good teacher understands the needs of their students and adapts their teaching style. This helps all the students learn better and feel more confident. Okay, what teaching methods are effective for learning English? There are many effective methods for teaching English, especially for young learners. One important method is communicative learning, where students practice speaking and interacting with others. Another method is using real life situations, so students can use English in practical contexts like greetings or daily routines. And the group work is also very useful because the students can learn from each other. Teachers can also use games, songs, videos, and images to make learning more dynamic and engaging. The technology can also be included to support learning. These methods are very important because they make learning more interactive and help the students develop real communicative skills. Okay, how can a teacher motivate students to learn the English? So, in this case, the motivation is a key factor in learning English, especially for young students. If a student is are motivated, they are more interesting and willing to participate in the class. The teachers can motivate the students by using games, songs, and fun activities. They can also give positive feedback, which help the students feel confident and encouraged. So another way to motivate the students is by using topics that are interesting and relevant to their lives. For example, talking about family, animals, or daily activities. A positive classroom environment also plays an important role. When students feel happy and comfortable, they learn more effectively. Okay, why it is important to evaluate the students? So, the evaluation is an essential part of the teaching and learning process. It helps the teacher measure the students' progress and understand what they have learned. Through evaluations, teachers can identify the students' strengths and weaknesses. For example, a student may be good at listening but need more practice in speaking. The evaluation also helps teachers adjust their teaching methods and provide support where needed. It is not only about grades, but about improving learning. In addition, the evaluation helps the students to understand their own progress and motivates them to keep learning. What is your biggest challenge as a future English teacher? So, as a future English teacher, I believe there are several challenges I will face. I think one of my biggest challenge is keeping the students motivated and interested in learning. Another challenge is adapting to different learning styles because every student's learned in a different way. So some students learn better visually, while others learn by listening or maybe doing different activities. So managing in a classroom with different levels of English can also be very difficult. So some students may learn faster than others. But however, I am willing to learn and improve my teaching skills. So I believe that I will be very dedicated and creative so I can overcome these challenges. What does CEFR stand for? So the CEFR stands for Common European Framework of Reference for Languages. It is an international system used to describe language abilities. So these frameworks help the teachers and the institutions to understand what students can do in English at each level. So it is used in many countries around the world, not only in Europe. So the CEFR provides clear descriptions of language skills such as listening, speaking, reading, and writing. This makes it very easier to evaluate the students and plan lessons. In conclusion, the CEFR helps make language learning more organized and standardized. What CEFR standards levels the Panamanian curriculum covers and what level is the grade that I choose? So the CEFR levels, the first one is pre A1 is a foundational learner, A1 is beginner, A2 is high beginner, B1 is pre-intermediate, B2 is intermediate, C1 is advanced, and C2 is provinces. So my level in this case is pre-kindergarten, so it corresponds to the pre-A1 level, which is the most basic level. At this level, the students are just starting to learn the English language, so they focus on simple vocabulary, basic sounds, and very simple communication. They also rely a lot on visual support and teacher guidance. So this level is very important because it's the foundation for future learning. What are the five essential language skills the Panamanian curriculum focus on? Just mention them. So in this part, the first one is the listening, is understanding the spoken language. The second one is the reading, is understanding writing text. The next one is speaking, is oral communication. The next one is writing, is producing text, and the mediation is helping communication. So basically, the curriculum is focused on five essential language skills, Well, the first one is listening and reading is a receptive skill, which means understanding the language. The speaking and writing are productive skills, which means using the language. So the mediation is about helping others to understand and communicate the ideas. It is especially important in collaborative learning. All these skills work together to help the students to develop a complete communication abilities. Okay, for this part, I need to write the general standards for each of the five essential language skills for my specific grade that is pre-kinder. So, in the part of listening and reading in pre-kinder, the students recognize basic sounds, words, and phrases with visual support. So, basically, they understand simple stories supported with pictures or images. So, they follow very simple instructions in English, and in the other hand, the speaking and writing in pre-kinder, the students use simple words as gestures to communicate. So they answer basic questions and interact in simple ways. So they express the ideas using drawings, symbols, or simple words. In the mediation in pre-kinder, the students use gestures usually and drawings to support the communication. They help others to understand simple ideas and they use basic strategies like repetition and visual support. Thank you for your attention.